I've always been told that making games is not a, work. It's not a real job, and I should go to some place for real work. And the name StillRunning is basically like me saying to them that I'm still here, still doing what I do, still doing what I love to do, and I'm still running. One thing that's basically motivating me is the puzzle solving, because it's basically like when I started, I only had 1 hour per day to use on computer, and during that 1 hour I had to use that 1 hour the best I could in game creation. And whenever I stopped after the 1 hour thing, I always had a new problem after that 1 hour, and when I went to sleep I basically dreamed about the problem and solved in the dream, and next day I knew exactly what I was going to make. I solved the problem and I had new problems every day. But basically the feeling that you get when you solve something that's been bothering you for like weeks or so, it's that keeps me going. And later on, when we have like fans, people who are actually playing the games, the feedback from people is what's keeping me going.
When did you decide that this was going to be what you're going to do, making video games?
I still haven't. This is what I do. This is what I like to do. We'll see how it goes. So Zombie Week-Reborn was actually made, it started back in 2010, before I had my own company yet, and it was a weekend project that I made just to see if I would be able to make a zombie AI. And now we're here, we have Zombie Week-Reborn, which is released on Steam, Windows, Mac, and mobile, and it has been downloaded over 1 million times. The Walking Vegetables, the idea came from basically sauna.
It was meant to be a mobile game, right?
Yeah, at first,
but
like
now,
I said, quick and dirty.
Yeah, quick and dirty, but now it's like it's on every other platform except for mobile.
Yeah.
But it's coming to mobile though.
Yeah, we are fixing that problem.
Yeah.
We went to this event in Vaasa, and it was back in 2016. I wasn't meant to go there. My friend went there and I just popped in, just wanted to see what it's like. And by the end of the day I actually robbed his desk spot from there and put the Walking Vegetables the next day in there. And we didn't have any gamepad support yet, so I went to Prisma and got the cheapest gamepad available, Xbox gamepad, and programmed the gamepad support in the Walking Vegetables within the same evening. And the next day we went to show the game in there, just to, for shits and giggles, basically. And there was this one guy who played for an hour, told us that now he needs to leave, sorry, where can I buy this game? And basically after that I called Elias and told him that we are not going to make a mobile game, we are going to make a proper game. And now 2 years later we have the Walking Vegetables Radical Edition, which is released on Steam, of course, so Windows and Mac, and it's released on Nintendo Switch, Xbox One and PlayStation 4. And we are going to bring it to mobile.
With the Walking Vegetables, the animation, it's really simple, and we wanted to keep that way. And the way I animated was with the Microsoft Paint, by frame, drawing them separately. it was lots of work, but I think the game looks good, and now I turn into some better programs to animate now. But yeah, mainly use the Microsoft Paint.
It looks very retro, and that gives it such a cool look that I think people really appreciate nowadays.
Yeah, at the start of the project we was struggling with the art style a little bit, that we had to came up with the location and all that kind of stuff, and then nowadays the 80s synthwave retro style is in fashion, so we started to make that way.
The reason behind the Walking Vegetables was that The Walking Dead was a thing, like a big thing back then. And I mean, obviously this is a zombie game after all this. Like, we have vegetables, but they are still zombies, so we just thought like Walking Vegetables.
The characters that you created, you can really see that you put so much work into it, and it's pixels, so I cannot even imagine the craziness of thinking about this. How do you get the ideas for the visuals?
Everything I make with pixel art just comes. I don't really have anything ready.
Really don't plan anything.
Yeah, I don't have any
like,
concept.
Okay, where we are going to use this now.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't really have any concept art or that kind of. I just draw something, show it to Rellu. Rellu is like, it's okay.
So, like, do you take any inspiration from anything else? Like, I don't know, a lot of people who make video games put Easter eggs there about professors, about family, about anything else. Is there anything?
we have quite a few.
Yeah. Maybe Simo can tell more about that, because he basically write all those Easter eggs and.
Well, yeah, I mean, almost every track in the game has some sort of Easter egg, and it's always has something to do with the, well, of course, 80s, because the game takes place in the 80s, and for example, we have the Final Countdown theme from by Europe in one of the songs, and
in the final level of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in the final level, and also when you beat a boss, there's a very short and sort of mutated and varied theme from the Back to the Future. But I've disfigured it so that it doesn't really sound like the original. Only if you know the original, you can maybe spot it.
We are counting on your brain to fool you.
Yeah.
It's basically like, if you listen through the tracks, you'll see like, okay, this is Final Countdown. This is Final Countdown. Then when you hear Final Countdown after that, you hear that it's not the same.
Yeah,
The thing is that your brain fills in the blanks.
Well,
Yeah.
I've been very careful to avoid all copyright infringement by
Yeah,
just
of
tweaking the melodies so that it doesn't, or keeping them short enough that they won't infringe it.
Yeah.
So that's the
And there's
point of it.
also there's one place in the game which is shop, and with that soundtrack there is a little bit teenage that kind of part. So in the shop you can see in the graphics there are lots of stuff in the shop. So there's a little Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles hiding.
And Miami Vice theme can be
yeah.
heard in the police station, the starting screen of the game.
And also, when we created the Walking Vegetables, we always we didn't stop to ask why. We always asked ourselves, why not? If someone came up with an answer to that question, we didn't add it to the game. But if no one had anything to say about it, we added it into the game. Like, for example, you can have 2 grenade launchers at once, because why not?
Yeah.
We have one fire hydrant thing.
Turning into robot, why not?
If you hit it, there's a 1% chance that it's
turning into enemy.
It turns into an enemy and starts.
So the game is full of that kind of Easter eggs and
we had so much fun with doing the game. And we just trusted that we do these crazy things, all sorts of funny things that doesn't even make sense in some respects. but we just trusted that if we're having fun and we feel that playing the game is fun, it will transfer to the player, and that's the whole thought process, I think, behind the game. That just let's have fun and hope that it translates to the player. Now we're going to do something that is very well and carefully planned out and written, and is deep and meaningful.
I actually now have concept art before I draw the pixels.
Yeah.
So we are now planning everything we do.
Hope this game doesn't end up being a mobile game in 2 months.
Yeah, but the name of the next project we're starting is as you would expect from a dark Stygian tale, is called Morbid, and it's going to be this sort of dark pixel art Souls-like. It takes its aesthetics partly from steampunk, maybe a little cyberpunk thrown into it, and also lots of these Lovecraftian horrors and creatures and Cronenbergian gore, and I mean just a really adult game. And we're not clear yet whether it will be rated R or rated teen, but we'll see. But it's definitely not for kids, for small kids, that's for sure.
Yeah, we had our fun with the walking vegetables. Now it's time to not have fun.
The next year will be
Let's get
miserable.
serious
The
this
next year will
time.
be morbid.
I'm Tommy and I'm the latest member of team, and there was some time they needed some help with code mainly in room editor. We have spoke before over internet with Santeri, and somehow I get involved.
It was made for like investors and publishers alike. We wanted to show what we are capable of and what the game would probably look like.
No.
And it's an alpha teaser, so it's
Yeah.
kind of it doesn't fully represent what the game will look like. We are aiming for even probably to even more detailed graphics. We'll see how it turns out.
The one you saw, the teaser, it's actually made basically in a week.
Yeah, it
The
was.
whole thing.
We started first with we started to write the game design document, and then I had some free time from school and started to search the different kind of styles, and then we just came with the idea that now we have the game design document, so let's make some kind of little teaser and visuals at what the game might look like.
Okay, so for funding, how much would you need to keep this project going?
I think around 100,000, somewhere there, to be able to apply for tickets.
The 100,000 we have it carefully planned out on where to spend it on our GDD game development document. So anyone who is interested can read it there. How the money is being spent on the project.
So 100,000 is like alone. It's not going to be enough for 14 months for 5 people. Like we can't survive that long. So which is why we need at least that to be able to apply for tickets. And like the ideal situation will be around like 200,000. Somewhere in there, and we'd be really happy when for 14 months die afterwards, but at least we'll be happy for the 14 months.
And the game will be awesome. So
Yeah, that also.